yourself, please, just so if you're gonna have stuff playing in the background, just so we can go over this. You guys can see the screen, yes?
Yes, sir, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, so in our last lesson, we talked about what certain sex-linked traits are, meaning that certain traits are tied to the sex chromosomes. So typically it's going to be tied to the X chromosome. And if you remember, so I think a lot of us know, just common knowledge, males have XY sex chromosomes, whereas females have XX chromosomes. So we were discussing what different sex chromosomes and different sex-linked traits look like. So I want us to go over this, and we were talking in this specific example, we were discussing different, we were talking about fruit flies, which are those tiny little flies that are so annoying around the house. And why do we care about fruit flies? Well, fruit flies actually, they believe, have similarities in genetics to humans. I actually did a lab when I was in college that was dealing with fruit flies and turning on specific genes, and it actually was dealing with specifically this red eye versus white eye genotype and how that showed us what was being controlled and what was not being controlled. So in this example, we have red eye color versus white eye color is linked to this X chromosome, with red being dominant and white being non-dominant, so being our recessive gene. So let's go through this together. So if these are the chromosomes of our flies, what eye color and sex are they going to have? So if we have two X's, what is that? Male or female?
Two X's.
Yep, two X's.
That says a capital X and a lowercase one, right? Or no?
So yeah, we have they're both X's, and then we have a capital R and a lowercase r. So first off, let's figure out what sex two X's represent. Is that male or female?
That's female.
Female, good.
Male. Female. I said male.
Female, good. And then what does one capital R and one lowercase r? Is that going to show the dominant or the recessive trait?
Isn't that dominant?
Yep.
Dominant.
Great. So what's the dominant trait here, red or white eyes?
Wait, I gotta look at it.
I'm trying to wait a minute. I gotta get the computer in my face.
Red?
Yep, very good. So red eyes. What about an X capital R with a Y? Is that male or female?
That's a male.
Male. Great. And does he have red or white eyes?
White.
Hi, Brandon. White.
Brandon.
Brandon.
Red.
Yes, he'd have red eyes, right? Because he has this capital R signifying the dominant allele, which is red. Okay, what about this lower left one? Male or female?
Female.
What?
Female.
Oh, female. He's a male. Okay. And does she have red or white eyes?
What? Red. Red.
Why?
Because it's the same thing as the other one.
Okay. It's not the same. So she's homozygous, but yep. So she's got the dominant trait. Very good. What about this bottom right one? Male or female?
Male.
Male. Okay. And does he have red or
red?
Red?
Mm-hmm.
He's got this lowercase r though, right? What does a lowercase symbolize?
Something like that. So it means white?
Yep, so he's gonna have white. So lowercase always signifies our recessive allele, right? So I'll write it up here. So big R equals dominant allele. Our lowercase r equals recessive. Man. Okay. Now we're going to do the opposite thing. So what are the genotypes of these flies? So if we have a white-eyed male, what would our genotype be?
X, Y.
Okay, XY. And then if he's got white eyes, what does that mean?
Y.
What allele?
What?
does that- So what allele? If we said that
Oh, okay.
big R is dominant and little r is recessive.
Okay.
Isn't it little R, like
Yep.
little R, big R?
Very good.
Are you doing
R,
X and Y?
Little r for
Mhm.
Y chromosome, it doesn't carry this allele. So that's actually an interesting point. So in this, a lot of sex-linked traits, because males only exhibit one X chromosome, they are more likely to have the certain recessive traits because they only need one copy of it to portray the trait, whereas females need two. So different X-linked traits can be there's different blood disorders. So a lot of the times, if it's sex-linked, males have the disadvantage because they only have one copy of the X chromosome, so they can more easily show those traits. Okay. What about
Alright, what's that one?
a red-eyed female who is heterozygous?
Heterozygous. Capital X, right?
Mm-hmm. And then what's our two?
And another X.
Okay, it's a female, so we're gonna have two X's. Very good. What
Yeah.
are our superscripts? Do we got capital R or lowercase r?
Capital.
Okay, what about for our
No, it's
second?
heterozygous, right?
Yep, it's heterozygous. So what does that mean?
I'm gonna copy that.
What does heterozygous mean? Heterozygous, remember, means that they have two different copies of the allele. So they have one dominant and one recessive. So if we already have one dominant copy, what does this next one have to be?
Lower.
Lowercase. Very good. So they have one uppercase R representing our dominant allele and one lowercase representing our recessive. Very good. So what about a white-eyed female?
White-eyed female.
Mm-hmm.
X. Capital X.
Mm-hmm.
Lowercase R.
I'm going downstairs.
Lowercase R. Good.
Yeah.
Well,
What about for the next one?
Red-eyed male.
well, you thought I was playing when I said I was gonna smoke and do this?
I really did.
Huh?
I really did.
Capital X.
You really did?
X.
Yeah, you're bugging out your mind.
Capital X. No, Y.
You do what?
Y.
Y. And then
Hey,
what is
it's
the
around.
allele that they're having?
You do you have your camera on?
No, my camera's off.
Oh, so you're good.
Red-eyed male.
Put any reports or anything on you.
Does it be capital or lowercase?
It's lower. Capital.
Very good. Okay. So that's all set.
You're gonna have to go in the street.
Okay. Make sure you guys are muted if you haven't already, unless you are going to be giving answers, of course. Okay. So now we're going to show the cross of a white-eyed female. So this is similar to our other Punnett square crosses. We're just using these alleles instead of the autosomal alleles. So if we're crossing a
Miss,
What
isn't the squares like you put it like R, big R, little R, then little R, big R?
Yeah.
Yep, so for this one, we just do it a little bit differently. I can show it. So I don't remember. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so it's a white-eyed female. So we'd put the whole chromosome there. So the whole chromosome. You have to remember, was the male white-eyed or not white?
The male was
Red-eyed, thank you. Okay, so you do, that's very good. So you put the big R, little r up here, but make sure that you're putting the sex chromosomes as well, because we want to know if they're going to turn up male or female. So what would this top left box look like? What does our top left box look like?
Miss, are you still here? Miss.
Yeah, so what is our top left box look like?
All right, that's an X and a capital R,
Good.
and the other one is the same thing.
With a capital R?
Yeah.
Remember, we're getting this one as well, right? This top one. So we get this.
Oh, you're still doing that top one? What?
Yeah. Yeah, the top left one. So it's going to be lowercase r if I can fit it. Good. And what about this one? Top right.
The same thing.
Okay, good. So we're bringing our X from over here, and then this X up here. What about for these bottom ones?
All right, so it's cap Y, X. Yeah, I know about that one.
Is it the second one like X little RY?
Yep, very good. So it looks just like that. Hopefully you guys can read my handwriting. And very good. So that's exactly what it looks like. So if you look at this one, so first of all, how many males versus females do we have in here? So if these two flies were to mate, what is the percentage of males that they would have, and what is the percentage of females?
It's a 50-50.
Yeah, isn't it 50-50?
Very good. Yep. So we got 50% males, 50% females, which that's, if anybody has children, there's a 50-50 chance that they're going to have a male versus a female. Same thing for humans. What about?
So the capital R's are going to be red eyes, or is it?
Yep. So if there's a capital R, then they're always going to be red eyes because that's our dominant trait, right? So for our females here, are they going to have red eyes or white eyes?
They're gonna have red eyes.
Very good. What about the males?
White.
Very good.
Recessive.
Yep. And notice
How can
that
you tell?
Because the lowercase r's, remember R is dominant and the capital R is dominant and the lowercase r is recessive.
it's good.
So if it's lowercase, if it's lowercase, it's going to be white eyes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if it's lowercase, remember, for something to actually show the dominant recessive traits, it needs to have only lowercase, right?
Mhm.
So like I said before, males are more likely to show this trait because they only need one copy of the lowercase, whereas females would need two because they have two X's.
So for the male to have red eyes, it has to have a uppercase R.
Yep.
So it's male because it's XY, but it's female because it's XX.
Yep, exactly.
All right.
Okay, so we can try this next one.
About to play COD.
You're gonna play COD? Oh gosh. You guys, I bet, have a lot of time to game nowadays, right?
Uh-huh.
Miss, we don't go to sleep. We don't go to sleep until 4 in the morning.
You guys, and then you're up.
Only day that I slept.
I'm happy you guys made it here today, even though you need more sleep.
Yo, the update on Modern Warfare is cheap.
I haven't seen it. I only see the picture for the when you go into the app. I haven't got into the app yet. I don't want to try it. Then he said it's all right.
The maps is crazy. I don't know. The maps are just not it.
I see the map. I see one of them. I liked it. I see the one of them. I liked it, but I didn't see the rest of them.
Only
Okay.
thing that I like is Rust. That's the only thing now. I used to hate that map.
Okay, you guys. So now our next one, which says and wants us to show a cross between a pure red-eyed female and then a white-eyed male. So what do we think that pure red-eyed female would mean?
I'll dominate.
Okay, good. So is it homozygous or heterozygous?
Homogizes.
Very good. So what would the genotype of our female look like then?
Huh?
What does the genotype of our female look like?
Red eyes.
Red eyes. Okay. So it's gonna have 2 X's, right? Because it's a female, and then they're both gonna have the uppercase R because it's pure-eyed female, meaning it's homozygous dominant. What about for our male? What does he look like if he's got white eyes? What is his genotype?
That's a heterogizes.
Heterozygous?
And
Remember, he's a male, so he can only have 1 copy of the allele because he's only got 1 X chromosome.
oh, he's a dang, missing a chromosome.
He's what?
Is he missing a chromosome?
No, he's not. He just, remember for males, we got 1 X and then 1 Y, which should be capital, not lowercase. XY. And then what is his, is he going to have a capital or a lowercase r? Yep.
For a red-eyed or a
No.
white-eyed? Lowercase, right? Isn't it?
Very good. So then we can perform this cross real quick. So we got, we've got our homozygous dominant female and then our recessive male. So I'm just going to do this cross real quick. So hopefully by now you guys, by comparing these 2 crosses, we can see that if the male, if it's linked to a sex chromosome, the male's determination on if he's going to express that disease or that trait is going to be dependent on his mother, right? Because his father has to give, if he's a male, then necessarily the father is giving an X or a Y chromosome for the sex chromosome, whereas the X is coming from the mom and the X is where these traits are coming from, right? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So if a male has a mother who's either a carrier or an expressor of a certain trait that is linked to the X chromosome, then the male may or may not have it depending on if she's heterozygous versus homozygous. Okay, very good. So we did this together, so we can just do this, and then the rest I feel you guys will be ready to do on your own if you haven't done this. So how many white-eyed male offspring do we have out of the 4?
None.
Yeah, very good. 0 to 4. What about white-eyed female?
White-eyed, 2.
2 white-eyed?
Yeah, right. XX. Yeah, 2, right?
Are they white-eyed though, or are they red-eyed?
Oh, red-eyed. 0. My fault, miss. I couldn't even see. I'm like,
yeah, sorry. That's probably really crappy handwriting and also small. Okay, what about red-eyed males? How many do we got?
2.
Yep, 2 out of 4. Very good. And then red-eyed females?
2.
Very good. And these should always add up to whatever number. So if it's a 4 box cross, the amount of offspring should add up to 4. So here we have 0 plus 0 plus 2 plus 2 equals 4. So that's another way to just check yourself. Okay, so you guys, do you feel good about this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we just do it on the computer, then send it to you or something?
Yes. So you can, if you're typing it out like I did, you can do that. So the way to fill in the box is you just double click on it, then you can scribble. You have to go to the line, then hit the scribble, and then you can just write it with your mouse or write it with if you have a touch screen. Or if you want, you can also type it out. So you just have to hit the text box button, and then you can start typing the alleles. Or if you print it out, you can draw on it. That's also fine.
Yeah, I don't have a printer, so I might as well do it on the computer. That's all.
That's fine. And then just share it with me. Just hit the share button and then share it with me. Or you can take pictures of it, whatever works. I'm flexible. How do you feel about this, Gabby?
I think she left.
You love-
Yeah.
You feel okay about this? About what we just
Yeah, I'm okay about it.
Okay, good, because next you guys, this is actually really interesting. So hemophilia is a type of blood disorder, and that's a sex-linked one, so that one's interesting. So this one relates more directly to humans. How do you feel about it, Brandon? I don't know if you're around. Okay. Oh.
Miss,
Okay.
I'm about to join Hewitt.
Okay, great. I'm
Send
going
me a link to that class.
to stop recording. I don't know how to do that. Stop recording.